everyone, my name is Deepika. I am in Hong Kong government quarantine on day 9 with my twins who are 3.5 years old and the nanny of my daughters. I am making this video just to help some parents out who have reached out to me asking me what preparation I had, and it's always good to get advices and then you can think about it by yourself and decide what you want to do. I have made a video on how I got the PP kit for my kids and also the whole process from the day I got a call from immigration to the pass to the airport, the formalities there, and to Hong Kong and government quarantine center. Please don't go by my looks today. I know I look like a school student. My daughters asked me to do the braid like they do, so here I am, and I don't care. So I don't care about the looks right now. Okay, so let me start with it. So the pre-preparation. So you get around a few days. In our case, we got the flight confirmation, exact details 2 days before the flight. So what I carried, I think first thing is you will be here for 14 days, and the first tip is to prepare your kids, especially if they are 2 years old or 2 plus or 3 years old or above. See, if they are mature enough to understand the criticality of the situation, it's okay. But if they are toddlers, like I have 2 toddlers and they are same age, and they like to run around, they are curious, right? Their age, they're like this. In that case, it's better to talk to them, try to explain them what's the situation, what's happening. Don't be afraid of telling them that there is a virus which can harm us. I think this is the reality, so there is no harm in explaining it to them. So that's number one thing, to mentally prepare them that what is happening, what's gonna happen, how we will go back to our home, etc., etc. So how I did was, I think first thing for me was explaining Navya and Isa that we will be traveling, we will take the plane, the flight, and there are some rules you need to follow. Otherwise, the people in the plane, the crew will not allow us to enter. So that's how I did it. Okay, and they heard me and they sat, and then I explained it to them. I said, first thing, and do it like not too serious, but do it in a play manner if that works for your kids. So first thing with Navya and Isa, it works. If I ask them, I want to talk to you, they understand there is something serious and we need to talk, we need to sit and talk about it. So the first thing is prepare yourself and your kids, right? We are adults, so we can prepare ourselves better, and then it's time for kids to get better. So first thing was, I told them there are 5 or 6 things you need to do. First, do not touch anything for that matter. You're not supposed to touch anything. If you want to touch, if you are curious, if you want to know what's this, just talk, do not touch. Second thing, that we need to wear the face shield, and I did all these actions. We need to wear the face shield. I had the face shield and I showed it to them. It's look funny, right? It's like we are going to a spaceship or something like that. I made it like a play thing. Third thing was wear the gloves, and then it was like little, because they were not their size, they were big size gloves, so it was a little funny for them to wear it, and they were first little hesitant to wear it because you know how the gloves are, they're the material and they stick to your hands. So but then I said, okay, you have to wear it, otherwise we cannot go, and you want to go back to your home, right? And they said yes, so they wore it. Okay, and they saw me wearing it because I used to go out and distribute food. So anyways, that happened. Mask, okay, you have to wear mask, and you cannot remove your mask for anything. We will not be eating in the flight. That's what my direction was to my kids. We will not be drinking water. Okay, if you want to drink water, you tell mama, I'll give you, but not in the flight. So I think I gave them all these directions, and then I said we need to wear a cap, and then we need to wear a coat, which was part of the PP kit. And they kind of understand it. They are mature enough to understand that. And for 2 days, I think day before we flew, I asked them twice, like what are the rules, what we need to do. They explained it to me. I even have a video of it. And on the last day, again I asked them Like, what are the rules? What do you think we need to do? How will you listen to mama or not? Will you listen to auntie or not? And on top of it, I said that you are not supposed to run here and there. If I ask you to stand, please follow me and stand, because it's very dangerous if you touch anything. It's not good. Okay, so they kind of understand it, and uh, they understood, they followed it, they listened to us. And then because we are two adults and two kids, so me and auntie divided the things. I was like, first I will carry all the luggage, you carry the girls, and we will change. I will hold both the girls, and then you push the trolley. And we had one laptop bag. So that is the pre-preparation for the kids, right? The mental setup. The second thing was how an adult prepare for the 14 days quarantine here, knowing that you're traveling with kids. You want to make sure they have enough food, they have enough cleaning material, you will be washing clothes here, etc., etc. So what we carry, okay. uh, so let me tell you this first. I don't want this video to be too long. So I carried sanitizers, I carried Johnson's baby wet wipes, because that's what I got. I carried some tissue rolls with me. I carried Surf Excel. I carried Dettol, the liquid. I even have it here. Here, this Dettol. I carried sanitizer, masks. I carried the gloves, one box, and I carried the minimum stuff. I left a lot of clothes which were not of Navya Naisa size anymore. I left it in India. I left some of my clothes as well in India. I did not carry a lot of utensils which we Indians are usually carry from India, like spices and all that stuff. I did not. I wanted to minimize the things we are carrying. Only got the required things here, because I don't want to mess up with the luggage and make sure the kids are okay also. Okay, so that was the thing. So again, sanitizer, mask, gloves, Dettol, Surf Excel for washing clothes. You can buy anything, doesn't matter. Yes, I bought the Dettol soap as well, just to make sure that we have for our hand cleaning and everything here. I even got the Dettol hand wash, like the liquid one as well. So I was prepared. I got, yeah, that's all I got. Okay, these were the things, and you can vary the quantity as per your requirement. Now what do we get here? We get almost everything here. And also I got some little Indian snacks, which like my daughter is eating right now. I don't give them these snacks, so please don't judge me that much. They only eat it once in a while. So I got like some chips, few biscuits, depending on what your kids like. My daughters don't eat biscuits and chips very much. They eat chips but not biscuits, but I got a packet of it. Some other Indian snacks in the small Ziploc. I did not carry two big packets. I put them in the Ziploc enough, because I want them to eat food as well, not always the snacks. What else I carried? Yeah, so some Indian snacks, not too much. Again, I did not overcrowd my luggage with that. Okay, that's all I got. And in terms of for Navya Naisa, I also put diapers to them. Yes, so that I was missing that part. So I think it's if your kids are potty trained, but still it's better if they are not that young to understand how to control or not to drink water, otherwise the baby will come. In that case, you convince them, like I convinced my daughter to wear diapers. They were not very happy with it, but they understood. I said only in the flight you're supposed to wear the diaper, and when we reach Hong Kong I will remove it for you, so no need to wear diaper. And especially this one, she hates wearing diaper. She thinks that she's a baby, and she's not a baby, and she's a kid, right? Are you a kid? Are you a kid, Navya? Okay. So that's why I had to really convince her, both of them, and both of them agreed. And when we were in the car, so we put the diaper on. Before getting down at the airport, I prepared them with the PPE kit. I put everything and I talked to them again for good 2 minutes. My helper was in another car and she talked to Navya, and I was with Naisa. And we both talked to them individually for good 2 minutes because I had to explain it to her also, what to talk, how to talk, make sure that they understand, they are mentally prepared for it.
And then when I says and when I'm in another car, when I says in another car, I'm wearing diaper, and then when I finish to wear diaper, I say hello to Nisa when Nisa's in another car.
Yeah. And they behaved, so I was very proud of them. So I will leave the video here because I don't want it to be too long. So I explained the things I got and the preparation we did for the girls. In the next video, I'm going to share what do we get here in the quarantine setup. Okay, so accordingly you can decide what you want to carry, what you don't want to carry, etc, etc, and the process which I followed when we entered here. Okay, so I'm gonna say bye bye to you now. Do you want to say bye? Say bye. Bye. Take care. Take care. Stay safe.
We copy each other.
We copy each other. Yes. Puchu mama.